Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great, and I'm sure if you're on PlayStation and you wanted to play Gears of War for a long time, you're also probably doing great. At least, I hope so. Because as I'm sure you've all heard by now, Gears of War has been confirmed to be coming to PlayStation, at least the original. Because Xbox has officially confirmed that Gears of War Reloaded will be coming out on August 26th of this year. And not only will it be coming to Xbox and PC, but it will also be coming to PlayStation. Now, honestly, I don't really think this game was necessary outside of maybe bringing it to PlayStation and trying to revitalize the player base a little bit, because it is just a remaster of a remaster. You know how much we love those around here. And yeah, the only reason I can think of them releasing this is just so that they can put it on PlayStation. Although I feel like this game should have been like the first 3 Gears games combined, like kind of a Master Chief Collection thing, but for Gears. I don't know, but I will say it's nice that if you own Gears of War Ultimate Edition, you just get this upgrade for free, unless you have a physical copy of Gears of War Ultimate Edition, because for some ungodly reason, Microsoft decided, you know what, we're gonna give this upgrade to people who bought it digitally for free, but if you own it physically, then sucks to suck, I guess. I don't know, I feel like there's an equal amount of good and bad with this game coming out, but one of those bad things is definitely not the fact that PlayStation gamers finally get to play a Gears of War game. That is in fact a very good thing. You know, unless you're a middle-aged man on Twitter who can't help but cry because other people get to play games that previously only you could play. I am of course talking about Crap Gamer. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know who Crap Gamer is by now. He has been around for well over a decade. This dude has been console warring since I was in like elementary school, maybe even before. It's just insane to me that people who are almost as old as my dad do this. Like, I don't even know what to say. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say this dude has lost his mind. You'll see it in this video, but this dude is literally making tweets trying to cast Phil Spencer out of Xbox like he's a demon.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into Crap Gamer's mental breakdown over PlayStation getting Gears of War. So it all started with this tweet. There it is, Gears of War on PlayStation. What a crap show at Xbox P3. You've run Xbox into the ground. Yeah, guys, you know, Xbox is making more money than ever. I mean, it just came out, what, like a week or two ago, that PC Game Pass, you know, revenue that doesn't come from their console specifically, was up like 45%. Xbox games are topping the charts on PlayStation. In fact, the 3 best-selling games of April were the Oblivion remaster, Forza Horizon 5, and Minecraft across both the United States, Canada, and Europe. I just love the logic. No exclusivity means they've been run into the ground, even though they're making more money than ever. Exclusivity is really all that matters to these guys. If you don't have that, you're just a failure, but then by that logic, PlayStation and Xbox are both complete failures, because Xbox has been day and date on PC for the last several years, and PlayStation is putting more and more games on PC, a lot of which are becoming day and date. I say it so much, but I would just love to see Crap Gamer run a company for a day, and watch him actually run them into the ground. That's not to say that the leadership at any company is perfect, obviously not. Microsoft has had a bunch of screw-ups lately, especially with the price increases. I mean, good God. But this being the final straw for you is just ridiculous. Alright, next. The only reason this exists is to sell the franchise to PlayStation owners. Xbox owners already had the remaster years ago. Microsoft sold Xbox's soul. Guarantee I will never buy another Xbox console, assuming there even is one. Yeah, can we get an X in the comments? In fact, you know what? Somebody comment X, and then I'll pin that, and we need to start a reply chain of just everybody replying to that comment saying X. Because I am heavily pressing X to doubt that you're not gonna buy the next Xbox console. I bet he will. Because deep down, he's always gonna be an Xbox fanboy. He's gonna come crawling back. Just like he did after he switched to being a PlayStation fanboy for a few years, and then he switched back a few years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. If if I am, then so be it. But very rarely do people like Crap Gamer actually stick to their word on things like this. You know, now that I think about it, Crap Gamer might have been the original console fanboy grifter. Because, I mean, just look at all of his recent uploads. He says Xbox is dead because Gears of War is going to PlayStation, and then he had this whole meltdown on Twitter. But then on YouTube, he keeps swapping back and forth between posting PlayStation is dead because Xbox announced something amazing, and then Xbox is dead because Phil Spencer screwed everything up. That's crazy to think. Crap Gamer might have been one of the original gaming grifters. I guess we'll see if he's telling the truth, though. Anyway, next up, hey, at Xbox P3, it's time to resign, you bum. And then has the screenshot showing Phil saying, don't take it as a signal that everything else is coming, when he was talking about how they were putting 4 games on PlayStation. I love that Phil Spencer is the bum in this situation, not, you know, the middle-aged man who's crying about other people getting to play games on Twitter. And I love how much people reference this quote, because Phil never said that the other games weren't coming. He said, don't take it as a signal, because guess what? Xbox putting those initial games on PlayStation was a test. They wanted to see how much of a market there was for their games over there. And so he was saying they weren't guaranteeing that more games would come over after, because they would have to see how things ended up working out. And as we've seen now, things ended up working out very well for them. Crap Gamer here is just upset because things didn't work out too well for his little console war stuff. Alrighty, what do we have next? Phil likes to watch, and then shows a screenshot of a news report where Phil says that Xbox games releasing on PS5 is a good thing for Xbox, and then has the meme of Xbox being a cuck while the devs work with PS5. But yeah, Crap, you know what? You're right. Phil does like to watch. He loves to watch Xbox games top the charts, and therefore they make a ton of extra money for very little effort. It's the same logic behind PC ports. I didn't know that smart business decisions makes you a cuck now, but you know what? I guess I should be nicer to Crap, because he still clearly isn't over the Gears of War thing, so he's acting irrationally angry. But then also he still isn't over when Phil Spencer roasted his ass like, what, 9 years ago? Because Crap was upset that Quantum Break was coming to PC, and then he tweeted Phil about it being all angry. And then Phil just responded, bro, why are you mad about this? A question which, to this day, cannot be answered logically. These guys are like little kids who don't want to share their toys. It's like, did anybody when you were really young, like around 6 or 7 or something like that, did you ever like get a toy and then you were the only one who had that toy, so it was like, oh my god, this is so cool, and then your friend got the toy and then you got like really mad about that? I can't remember if there was any time specifically where that happened with me, but I don't doubt that it did happen. Dude, you're way too old to be doing this. Grow up. Alrighty, next up. This tweet actually isn't from Crap Gamer himself, but he retweeted it, and this is a quote tweet of Crap's original tweet. Crap is 100% correct. I'm honestly over the BS. Crazy that I chose to buy an Xbox Series X/S when I could have just saved $500 had I known Xbox was going to put all their games on Sony's machine. Not only that, but also make the best version for PS gamers, SMH. This is something that I never understand. Like, you can still play the games on your Xbox. It's not like they're being taken away. Not only that, but, you know, on Xbox, you've got Game Pass, so you don't have to pay full price for each of the games, which is always good. And then people always say, oh, well, now the best version is for PlayStation gamers. No, 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 no. The best versions of Xbox games are on PC, which, guess what? Xbox has been day and date on PC for years. You guys already weren't getting the best version, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why you're acting like this is new all of a sudden. Then again, I did say Crap was a grifter earlier, and he does have a check mark on Twitter, so maybe he's just trying to farm engagement for money. Slightly scummy, but I can't really disrespect the grind. I mean, what with those more expensive consoles and those $80 games, he's got to make any money he can. Anyway, to finish off this video, we are going to be taking a look at what I referenced at the beginning when I said he's trying to cast Phil Spencer out of Xbox like a demon. Day 2 of me asking you to resign after destroying Xbox consoles and lying to fans for over a decade. Resign, you bum. 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 Dude, you're not an exorcist. Calm down. You're not going to eradicate Phil from this plane of existence. And I think, what is he? He's up to like 4 or 5 days of doing this. I think at some point today he'll be posting day 5 of doing this. Dude, give it a rest. Do you not have other things to do? If Phil Spencer truly is ruining Xbox, he won't be there for much longer. Don't worry. I just realized I said earlier that Crap Gamer is probably around middle age. What if this is his midlife crisis? Xbox going third party is Crap Gamer's midlife crisis, dude. That would be the most depressing thing ever. Even more depressing than the fact that you haven't subbed yet. What are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. I don't care if you sub or not, but I would appreciate it. Please, you get a free M&M if you do. But no, in all seriousness, guys, with all that being said, that's all I've got for this video. Crap did upload a video talking about this, but in typical Crap Gamer fashion, it's not worth talking about. It's just him reading an article and repeating himself for 10 minutes. And besides, I think you guys have seen enough for one video. That is, you know, until the next one, in which I will be talking about another guy who is upset about Gears of War going to PlayStation. So be sure to stick around for that. Should hopefully have it up tomorrow. So yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Salt streams, and join us every Friday night at, well, it's supposed to be 9 p.m., but it depends on how EP Alex is. Whatever, every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on the gaming channel Salt Shakers. Tonight we're going to be playing Overcooked. It's going to be very ragey and very fun. I hope you show up. And I will catch you all next time.